everyone, and welcome back to my craft room and here on my YouTube channel. I am so glad that you're here. If you're not a regular subscriber, I would absolutely love to have you as part of my family. Now you see what I have here. This is the newest punch board by We Are Memory Keepers, or they're now We Are Makers. I noticed that they're changing that on a lot of their products and say We Are Makers. But it's the same company that We Are Memory Keepers, and this is the newest punch board. This makes shadow boxes. So I have done shadow boxes in the past. I was looking to see if I have one. I had done these with cutting, scoring, and it's a bit complicated. I had a video on it. This is one that I did from way back and decorated with some flowers and put Hello Beautiful. I even made a little easel for the back of it. But when they came out with this punch board, it took all of the guesswork, the scoring and the cutting and all of the things out of the equation and made it simple and easy. Now it has here on the board, this is for your box, and it has a 2x2, a 3x3, 4x4, and a 5x5. So it goes up to a 9x9 piece of paper if you want to do a 5x5. We're going to start out making a 5x5. And that's going to be a 9x9 piece of paper. Now I got this piece because it's not really a piece that I like, and I just wanted to demo this. So the best thing to do is find a piece of paper that you don't really care for and use it. So we're going to cut this piece down to the 9x9, and I'm going to use this for the outside of my box, but I want to trim this off first, my little branding strip. So I'm going to line that up to 12 and then just slice this off. And this is a pack of Cartabella paper, so it's very, very sturdy. So I'm going to turn this, and I need it to be 9x9. So when you're doing these boxes that it shows on the punch board, you're always going to be using a piece of square paper because these boxes are square. But stick around because I'm going to show you how you can make boxes of other dimensions, and it is a game changer. So we need this to be 9, and we'll have our piece that's 9x9. And I'm going to double check my measurements and make sure, and there we are, 9 by 9. Very good. And now we'll bring our punch board back over. And to use this punch board, you're going to start off, it says box here and it says box here. Here gives you your measurements with a tiny little diagram right there. And here gives you places to score. So you have 4 lines to score. So what you're going to do, the very first thing you're going to do is lay this in to the scoring side of your board. And you can use the little tool. All of the We Are Memory Keepers come with a little scoring tool. I prefer, because I don't want it to cut my paper, I prefer to use a different type of stylus. This is actually one that came with my Cricut, and I find this one to be really good for things like this. And we're going to score all 4 of these score lines. Now this last score line, the 4th one, is right on the edge, and you got to get it started. So if you have this punch board, get it started and then run it down. You notice how I went back and forth? Then what you're going to do is rotate your paper, and you're going to do this on all 4 sides. It makes it really simple. Just make sure you hold it flat into your board and score all of these lines. And see how I'm doing that one to get into that groove before I pull it down. And then turn it again. Same thing. Score. Score, score, and then get into that little corner right there and score, and then turn here, and we are going to score this. Now your paper's going to want to curl on you, so make sure you're holding it nice and tight up against this little ledge over here. and score, and then on this little place and score. Now that's all the scoring you need to do. You can't see very good on this piece, but I'm hoping that this, you're in the light enough you can see the score marks. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn our board around. This works better for me if I turn it completely around. This is where we're going to do our punching. Score first, punch second. So you're going to slide the corner in as far as it will go. Hold it and punch. This is thick paper, so I had to punch a little bit. Once you make that first punch, you are able to slide it, and you'll see the edge of the paper come out right there. You're going to hold it and you're going to punch again. Now you're going to take that out and you're going to have this little punch like that. Flip it over and you're going to do the same thing again, in as far as it'll go. Punch and then slide it over until it's, you see that little piece of paper come out right there, and then punch it again. Now you're going to take it out and flip it this way, and you're going to do the same thing on these two sides. Slide it in. I like to hold it, so let me hold it with that hand and punch with my right. I'm stronger in my right because I'm right-handed. And slide it over till you see the paper and punch. Then you're going to flip it. We just did this corner, so flip it over and do this side. Push it in as far as it'll go and punch, and then slide it over and punch. That's our box. We can move this out of our way, and you get this nice little neat thing of, I think we can make tags out of these, or not tags but tabs. I don't know, I haven't played with them yet, but I'm going to set them over to the side. So this is where you decide what you want the outside of your box to look like versus the inside of your box. Now remember, you can always, if you don't like the inside, like I just don't care for this, so I want that to be the inside of my box, and I can cover it with a piece of navy blue or a piece of light pink, you know, whatever. But I don't like this. So we're going to fold everything into this. So we're going to start here, and it really helps if you have a bone folder so you can crease those lines. It will take you longer to fold than it did to actually cut this piece. So you want to make sure you're getting good crease lines on all of these score lines. So we're going to speed it up right here and get all of these folded, and then we'll be right back. So we have all of our sides are folded. We want to work with the side that is cut different, that has this little funny cut in it, not your straight side. So we're going to work with these first. And what I want to do is fold everything in, and I'm going to use just some liquid glue right on this first tab. It's the one that has the angle cut on it like that. We are going to put glue on that tab. And then all we're going to do is roll this around, and you're going to want to sit this down just like that so that you have a nice box. Now if you want to press it, I would say do it like this. Don't, you know, you want to keep the integrity of your side edge. So it's fine to come in and just press against this, and that will help it to set just like it's supposed to. And see how that looks? You've got a nice little cylinder. So let's come over here. We're going to do the same thing over on this side. And there's a reason why we're doing this angle cut side first, and you will see that in just a minute. So what we're going to do, we're going to fold this in. Fold it all the way into you where you feel it hit the other side, and then you can go like this and lay it down and bring it back up. Everything is adhered. Now we're going to turn it, and we're going to do the same thing with this side, but we're going to put the glue right here. I'm going to put a line of glue right on top of the first score line there. And right into the edge of that little angle. Then we're going to fold this the same way. Fold it over and fold it over. And you want this to tuck up underneath here. So get it back just a hair, back just a little bit, push that down and push that up, and then you're going to sit that down into that glue, and you're going to have a perfect this one can be just a tiny bit fidgety, but if you fidget with it enough, you will get that, and you'll have a perfect square angle. And you see how it's mitered on the corners? We're going to put a little bit of glue there in just a minute to make sure that that is. I'm going to use my spatula. If I can find it. This piece seems like it wanted to go under a little bit more than what I wanted it to, so I'm going to bring it forth just a little bit and make sure that it's sitting nice and flat like that. Just like that. Once I feel good that it's adhered like I want it, then I am going to go up under here with my glue, and I'm just going to put out a little tiny bit of glue under there, and then I'm going to hold that until that corner adheres together. That's going to give us that nice closed mitered corner. Very easy to do. We're going to do this side too. That side's already adhered, so now we're going to go up under here, and you might have to go in kind of strange angle. You won't have to do this because you're not trying to show somebody on camera, which does make it a little more difficult, but just push that up in there nice and tight. Hold it until it adheres, and once it is in, you're good to go. Now we can come down here. Now I'm going to do this one and put the glue on this tab and see if it works a little bit easier. If it does, then we'll do it on the tab from going forth, because I'm going to show you some other sizes. And like I said, what do you think about a rectangle box? Can we do that with this? We can. So we are going to roll this under and roll it under again, just like that. Get up underneath that little corner, just like that. Get that underneath there. And like I said, if you need to pull this out a little bit, just take a spatula or something flat that will help you get under there. And now our box is together. We have the frame made. Now we can put a little thing on the back, and I'll show you how to do that in another video. But this video, I basically wanted to show you what this punch board does in making a box. We're also going to make a small box. I'm going to show you how to make a 2x2 and how you can add to it to make a bigger size box. I'm going to go up under both of these sides and put some glue down. And then I'm going to squeeze those in and just press. Let that glue adhere. Now we can look on the inside of our box, and we can clearly see that it's a 4x4 on the inside. So if you wanted to cut a piece of cardstock to go on the inside, you could very easily do that and cover this up and have something very pretty. You could put a solid white piece in there and have something stamped on it, a message. You can decorate around the edges of this. I'm even going to show you how you can turn a small one of these into a cute little ornament. You could also do something on the angle like this. I mean, there is so many possibilities. This is a great little board to have in your stash because you can do so many different things with it. So let's bring it back over, and we'll turn it back this way because we're going to score. And this is a double-sided piece of paper, as you can see. We're going to score on this side first, And again, just each one of these score lines. And I think these score lines are a little bit bigger. Let's see how much they are. I think they're a little larger than, they're a tiny bit smaller than a 1/2 inch. So right about a 1/2 inch. But this board just makes everything so easy. We can also make a sleeve to go over our box. Like if you want to make this a gift box, there's instructions right here on how to make the sleeve to go over it, and your directions for that is right here. So let's finish our scoring. We did this side, so I'm going to turn it, and we're going to do this side. And scoot it down just a bit so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to get up there in that little corner, make sure I get that one right. We're going to flip it around. And now this is more paper than cardstock. This one's not going to be as sturdy. So if you can make these out of cardstock, it's much better, because your shadow box will be much more sturdy. But you can make them out of paper. This would be cute on a card. Could you imagine making one of these small ones? And this is going to be a 2x2. Starts off with a 6x6, and I've got all 4 sides are scored. So we're going to turn this around, and it's always the same. Score, slide in, punch, and then slide and punch. So slide in, and let me do my right hand. Here we go. I'm going to hold that like that and punch, slide it. You will have to pull it out just a little bit to slide it down. That's normal. Hold it and punch. And then we're going to flip it like that. And we're going to slide it in as far as it will go. And punch, and then slide and punch, and we have this. Then we're going to flip it, and we'll do the same thing again. Slide it in and punch, slide it over and punch, flip it over, and repeat the same thing again. Punch, slide it, and punch. And see how much different this one looks than the other one? It's all in the size of your paper. So depending on the size of your paper depends on what size your box will be. So with that being said, we can make something like this, or something like this. This is a 5x7. And that's my little granddaughter. I was playing, just simply playing, trying to figure out exactly what I could do with this wonderful little tool. Okay, I'm going to get in here and I'm going to fold these down, and we're going to crease. So here we go to our fast forward again. We have everything folded, so now we're going to do the same thing. We always start with the angle cut side first, the straight one second. So we're going to fold this over just like that. We're going to put glue on it. Now this one is a lot flimsier because, like I said, this one is paper. Right, we're going to stick that down right there. Just making sure that everything's up against that back corner. That's good. And we're going to put, if you notice, I want the mushrooms to be on the outside, so I'm folding everything in toward the green side. So let's put some glue right there. My little ring light keeps kind of blinking on and not on and off, but like from bright to dim, and I don't know what's going on with that. You might be seeing it too. You're also seeing my fan in the reflection here, and I do apologize for that. Let's see if that helps. That might help that a little bit. All right, so those sides are done. So now all we need to do is roll these sides in, and they are going to go in just like we did before. We're going to get them up underneath that little lip like that, and it's going to close in like that. And you can see these boxes will stay together without putting glue on them. You do not have to glue them, but to me they're a lot more stable if I glue it together, as you can see. Now that's a little 2 by 2, and if it's a 2 by 2, you minus 1, so 2 by 2 minus 1 will give you a 1 by 1. So that's how we get the measurement for what the inside of our box is. Now it's a 2 by 2, so to find out what size paper, we're going to add 4 inches to it. How do I know this? Because that's the formula that is on my place right here. 2 plus 2, you add 4 and you get 6 by 6. That's my paper size. They don't give you what the inside of the box is going to be, but the inside of the box is 1 by 1, so you subtract 1. This will give you a formula where you can literally make your boxes any size you want them. Here is a little diagram that I did this on the back of just a piece of cardstock. And say you want your outside box to be, let's do a 5 by 7. So for the inside of the box, it is going to be minus 1. So 5 minus 1 is 4. 4 minus 7 is 3. So your inside is going to be 4 by 3. But your paper is going to be this plus 4, so it needs to be 9 by, because 4 plus 5 is 9, 9 by 4 plus 7 is 11. So 9 by 11 will give you a 5 by 7. Let's try it out and see if it works. So I'm going to cut, let's see what this piece is. Is this a 9? No, this is 8 by 10. We'll get to that one in a minute. Let's do this one. This isn't a pretty piece of paper at all. So let's cut this 9 by 11. So let's put it into our trimmer, and let's do 9. And turn it this way and cut it to 11. 9 by 11. Now remember, the outside of your box is going to be 5 by 7, so this won't fit a 5 by 7 picture. If you wanted to do one like I did and have a 5 by 7 picture fit in it, what you would do is put the inside of your box 5 by 7, and you would plus 1, so it would be, the outside would be 6 by 8, and then your paper would be 6 plus 4 would be 10 by 12. And a 10 by 12 piece of paper will give you a box that will give you the space for a 5 by 7 picture. I hope that's not confusing. If it is, just go back and rewatch the video, sit down with some cardstock and measure it out yourself, and you'll be surprised. So let's go ahead and start with this one. So I want to show you what happens when your paper is longer than your scoreboard. So this is hanging off right here, that much. Let me see if I can zoom out just a bit. Like that. So what I'm going to do to score this, I'm going to score down as far as my board will go, like that. all of these score lines. Then I'm going to flip it, put it back in, and I'm going to score again down to where I stopped. That gives me my score lines. You can't see on this paper, but I promise you they're there. I can feel them. So now we're going to turn it this way. This way we don't have to worry because we've got room. So we're just going to score. And then we're going to turn it, and we're going to be doing that again. So we're going to score down as far as it will let us. Don't go off of the scoreboard because you could tear your paper. How do I know that? I'd rather it happen to me than happen to you, so that's why I do videos like this. So go back up and score down to where you stopped. There, there, and there. And we're going to turn it to the last side. And I usually just feel for my score marks, especially when it's dark paper like this and it's hard to see. Alright, so we've got everything scored. We're going to turn this around and we're going to do our punching. So let's punch here, slide it, and punch, flip it, slide it in, punch, slide it over, and punch. Then we're going to flip it, slide it in, and punch, slide it over, and punch, flip it, slide it in, and punch, slide it over, and punch. So this one is completed, so all we have to do is move that out of our way, and now we're ready to do our creasing. So crease all of your score lines. This is a little bit thicker than the paper I used on the small one, and I do need to go back and glue those places. But this right here, they are so cute. Could you imagine putting like a little Hershey Kiss in there or something and giving that as a little gift? Oops, dropped my box. Okay, there we go. So what we're going to do is go ahead and crease all of our score lines. Alright, so now we have everything folded and everything ready. I'm going to zoom y'all back down a little bit. And let's go ahead and start with putting our pieces together. Remember, we always go to the angled sides first. So I'm going to take glue. And by doing that simple little equation, you can make boxes any size you want. And it is so much fun to see all of the possibilities of what can be made using this little punch board. And it's so much fun. It is just so much fun. So we're going to do the same thing here. And you just, once you start making these, you can start thinking about all the different ways that you could use them. So if you can think of some ways and ideas of what you would do with this tool and these boxes, let me know. Leave me a comment and let me know what's some of the ideas that you would have for this particular tool to make these wonderful little boxes with. Or frames. It's really a frame. So there's that piece. See, I just tucked that in. I didn't put any glue on it. But you can glue them, like I said. And if I'm making them, you know, without showing, just to show, I glue the underneath piece and I come back in and glue right there. But look at that. We have a frame. And let's measure to see if it turned out right. We wanted the outside of our box to be 5 by 7. So That is 7. Let's do it with our ruler. That way y'all can see it. 7. 5. And the inside is, because I don't have that glued down, it's not going to give me an accurate measurement. Let's go like this. 6. I should have added, not subtract. This should have been a plus. So it is 6 by 4. So this was wrong. I did the math wrong. We're going to plus if we're going this way. We're going to minus going this way. So plus going this way and minus going that way. That makes sense? So it would have been 6 by 8. Is that right? This would have been 5 by 7, and the inside is, yeah, the inside is 4 by 3. 4 by 6. 4 by 6. I said 3, and it's 4 by 6. Hush, Toby. Toby. No. So anyway, that gives us this little box. And we have another piece of paper here that is 8 by 10. So if our paper is 8 by 10, and we need to minus, going this way, to see what the outside of our box would be, 4. So that would make this 4 by 6, because we're taking 4 from here and 4 from there, so that'd be 4 by 6. The inside of the box would be 3 by 5. Let's try that one and see if it works out. So we're going to take our piece of paper, and this is cardstock, and we're going to put it in, and let's score it. Oh, wrong tool. We're going to score down as far as we can. Oh. And score, and score, and score. Then we're going to flip it. This one you can see a little bit better because it's solid. We're going to score down to that mark. That one, oops, wanted to jump the track on me. And we're going to turn it to the side. This side we don't have to worry about because everything is lining up. This is heavy cardstock, so I got to press a little harder. Turn. And score. 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 And score. Turn it up. Come back down and meet those score marks again. Score. 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 And score. And we have those. Now we need to do this side. We're going to score. And score. And score. And score. Then we're going to turn it around. Same thing over. I'm going to speed this process up so you don't have to watch all this over and over. Okay, so we've got everything punched, and we're going to do our creasing and folding. And this one, it doesn't matter which way you turn it because it's solid. You don't have to think about a pattern. Just like that. And we're going to do this side, the opposite side. Always remember to do your angled tabs first, and then do your straight tabs. This one's angled, this side is straight. And if you see what you know what I'm talking about. So bring that in, sit it down. Press it down and stand it back up. And this one's not wanting to go down for some reason. Let's see what the problem is. We'll stick that in there, and there we go. That's good. Now we're going to put glue on this one. And we're going to roll it in and under the angled one, just like that. Set that down and hold it just for a minute. Let that glue adhere. I think while I'm doing that, I'm going to also do the mitered corners. So I'm going to bring it up, and I'm going to take some glue. I'm trying to hold it and do it at the same time. Sometimes that's a little hard. But I got some glue in there, and then I'm going to press that corner in. I don't think I got enough under there to really hold it, so going back under again. I got too much now. Ta-da! I got that to hold. So now we're going to go down to this end and do the same thing. Put glue on this tab. And we're going to roll it under, over and under. Over and get that in there. Bring it up like that and hold it just for a minute. And then there is that. Now I'm going to measure. This one should be 4 by 6, and our inside is 3 by 5. So the math definitely works if you do it like that. So I started out with an 8 by 10 sheet of paper. I subtracted 4, and that gave me 4 by 6. And then I subtracted 1, and it gave me 3 by 5. So that worked. Now if you're going in this direction, you're going to add. So if you want the inside of your box to be 5 by 7, let's do a 5 by 7. That's a good picture frame type measurement. So we're going to do the inside of our box is a 5 by 7. So we need to add what the outside of our box is going to be. It's going to be a 6 by 8. And our paper is going to be 10 by 12. So I am going to take a piece of paper. This is so pretty. I used some of this on the album that I made, the folio, and I had some left over. So let's do a 5 by 7 with this and see what it looks like. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to trim off that branding strip. So I'm going to come up to 12 inches. Like that. And we're going to need it to be 10 by 12, so I need to cut this down to 10. So do I want it to go this way? I really don't think it's going to matter, so we're going to go to 10. And then we're going to bring our board back over, and we're going to do our scoring. So on this one, we're going to have to score twice on all 4 sides. So let's start here, and let's score at the first one, the second one, the third one, and the fourth one. Then we're going to turn it over and score down, 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 and down. Turn it. Score, 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 and score. And then we're going to flip it and then score down into those score lines. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to turn it to this side and do the same thing. Bigger paper does cause you to have to do a little added step, but we can make it work. And I think if we can get more out of our punch board, then it makes it well worth the money that we pay for it. And I don't know about you, but I like for my tools to be more than a one-trick pony. I like for them to do multiple things and do them well. And this punch board does do its job really, really well. I am loving it. Alright, so now we've got all 4 sides done. Making sure, yep. So we're going to turn it around and we're going to punch. So we're going to start over here. And punch. And punch. And we're going to flip it. And punch. And punch. And then we're going to flip it to the side that we haven't punched and put that in. Give it a punch, slide it, and punch again. Flip that over and then do this side. Then we can put this one together. Okay, I'm going to go off camera and get all of these folded because this is really very thick paper, and I'll be right back and we'll put this together. Well, everybody, if you notice, this is a different piece of paper than what I had a while ago. When I got ready to edit my video and I went in to put it in my program, this whole part was missing from when I came back. I had done all of this. This is the piece that we had, and so I just went ahead and cut another piece. I didn't have another piece of the same, so I just cut an entirely different piece of cardstock, same out of the same pack. This is Cartabella, so it's very, very sturdy. But I'm just going to go ahead now and get this all burnished, and we are going to attempt again, and hopefully this one will record, to do this one more time. So, you know, in technology, things happen. I don't have a clue where it went, what happened, why it didn't show up. I'm liable to go back in a few minutes and it's there. Who knows? Technology, you gotta love it or you gotta hate it, or a little of both. I always say I love it when it works and I hate it when it don't. And I think we're all in that same boat when it comes to technology in our life. It's wonderful when it works, but when it doesn't, it causes little hiccups. Our lights went out due to a storm yesterday, just for a minute, and came back on, but the power surge messed up something with my kitchen lights, because we have smart lights where we can tell Alexa to turn our lights on and off or what have you, and it works really, really good. But the power surge caused something to go haywire, so my husband was busy trying to get that one panel, because I have two fluorescent lights in my kitchen. And any of you that's watched any of my cooking videos, you know my kitchen is rather big, which thank goodness, I love that big kitchen. But I did have a little bit of trouble, or he had trouble getting that, you know, back online, but I think he got it. At least I hope so. He's out in the garage right now because we had a reprieve from that awful heat that we had last week, and it is actually very nice right now. In fact, the temperature is, according to my phone, 70 degrees. Can you believe that? Here is my weather. 70 degrees, and it is about 3:05 in the afternoon. We don't see temperatures like that in southern North Carolina this time of the year for sure, but we had like 106 or 7 last week air temperature, and we had been having, even when it was in the upper 90s and low 100s, we were having temperatures that was pushing it up over 110. It had been miserable here, to say the least, but today is a reprieve. So my husband's actually out in the garage trying to get some things done that he's been wanting to do. So I am so very thankful for the cool. So I got this all folded, and y'all know the deal. I just wanted to show you that you're not limited to what size shadow box or frame that you want to make. It's just all depends on your paper and doing that simple little math of you're going to add if you're going to the right and you're going to subtract if you're going to the left. And when I say going, say you just want to put down what you want your outside of your diameter of your box to be, then you would write that right in this middle. You would add 4 inches to your numbers over here, and if you're going this way, you would subtract. So it's subtract 1 going this way and add 4 on the paper size. So this way it's always 1 inch different, and going from either one of these two this way, it is 4 inches bigger. So you add 1 or you subtract 1, you add 4 or you subtract 4. Very simple. Once you get the concept in your head, it's just one of those things you won't forget. And then this tool becomes worth so much more because you're not limited to just the sizes that the board is telling you you can make. I mean, here my board's telling me that I can make a 2x2, a 3x3, a 4x4, or a 5x5. But I'm showing you that we can make a lot bigger and nicer than what the board is actually saying we can make, which I think is fantastic. I love it. I love, love, love when you can get more out of a tool than what the manufacturer says you can. To me, that's just a win-win and a plus plus. So you might have to add and subtract, but it's not, you know, it's not rocket science math or anything like that. It's pretty simple addition or subtraction. And I think we all have conquered that at some point in our life, hopefully. Oh, why doesn't that want to glue? I had trouble with the other one on one side of this. It just did not want to adhere. Okay, I think that got it. So, I guess this is okay. It don't matter. I was trying to decide which side I want, but I've already started gluing it down, so I guess we're going to go with the gray. This is nice for a frame, and I think that might even work better than this. But this folds in like that. You can see that's going to be a really nice little box. I'm not even going to glue this bottom one down. I'm just going to go up underneath here and put a little glue there, and then I'm just going to hold this for a minute. Just give it a good little press. While I'm waiting for that one to adhere, I'm going to come over here and pinch this one up, put a little bit of glue there, and push that in and that in like that, and just hold it until I feel it kind of knowing that it's where it needs to be. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to roll this in, tuck it up under the corners, and you can see really this frame is made so you don't even have to glue it. It's supposed to hold by the fold, but I like to know that things aren't going to fall apart, so I like my glue. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here and push that up in there like that, and I'm going to put a little bit of glue right here and get that pushed up in there like that. And I'm just going to hold it for a minute and make sure everything is adhered together. And once it is, then we will have this nice little frame completely done. And let's grab our ruler, and it is 6 by 8. And the inside is 5 by 7. And that's exactly what I said here. I said we would get a 5 by 7 inside, a 6 by 8 on measuring it from the outside, and we used a piece of paper that was 10 by 12. I'm going to make sure that I put these measurements up on my blog. So under this video, you'll have a place there where you can check, and just click on where it says to my blog, and that will take you over, and you will see the picture of the envelope punch board, and I'll even take some pictures of the different size boxes that we made, and I'll put this little grid up there too so that you can do it. I might even put a clickable worksheet, so I will make it on a nice graphic and put the math on the sheet, so then you can just print that out and have it to always write on. And if you want to, you could just print out a couple of them. Keep one where you can run it through, save it to your computer, and you can print it out anytime you want to. But that is our video for today, and as you can see, we have made bunches and bunches of boxes, from tiny ones to larger ones to 5 by 7s even. When our board said we could only do squares, we thought outside the box, and we made some that were different than what our board said we could do. It was so much fun. I hope if you have picked up this board and have it in your craft room, that you have played with it, and maybe you've already figured this out yourself. It is such a versatile board. I'm going to be back with more things. It will also do a sleeve. So say if you wanted to make this a gift box, you can make a sleeve that will fit over it. And I will definitely be doing that and showing you how to, because according to this, you can only make the ones to fit the boxes that they say. So down here, these measurements coordinate with these measurements to give you the sleeve that you need. But we can do the math and we can make it work, and I'll do a separate video on that a little bit later. Also, there's going to be some other videos of what we can do with some of these little shadow boxes, whether you want to use them as a frame, whether you want to put an easel on the back of them so they sit up. Lots of different things of maybe how you want to decorate around the outside edges. There is just a buku of things that you can think of. Also, if you can think of some things that you might like to do with these, drop me a comment. Let me know what are some of your ideas, and who knows, you might see them right here on my channel. So thanks again so much for tuning in today. Y'all make my day. And even though I was gone for a little bit, I am back in full swing. I am so happy to be back, and I can't wait to get all of my peeps back watching my videos and being here every time I put up something. So God bless and keep you. And as I always say in closing, let everything that you do and say bring honor and glory to our Lord Jesus. He is worthy. So until we craft again, God bless and keep you. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.